Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the 1111 Oracle by Mandy Peterson. I first came across this oracle by watching a walkthrough on Amethyst Ascension's channel, I want to say a couple months ago. It might even have been 3 months ago. And I was very intrigued by this deck. I like the whole concept of it, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about a round deck. So this deck is on Etsy. Did I say by Mandy Peterson? I think I did, and I picked it up off her Etsy shop. So it's an independent oracle. It is edged in a matte blue, but I don't know if you can see, but there's like some sparkles along the edge of this. I'm trying to see. There are some sparkles along the edge of the deck, but I doubt that that shows on camera. But the thing that really sealed the deal for me basically were the key phrases all along the edge of the card, and then the main energy of the card. So what this oracle is, it's based on the 1111 phenomenon, where you're seeing repeated numbers, you know, when you wake up and you see 1111 or 111 or something like that on the clock. And she says that this oracle deck includes cards with more mainstream interpretations of the 1111 phenomenon. Some card interpretations come from ideas that circulated in the 1900s or other places. And then she adds in alternative interpretations also. But then she added in some other numbers in here too. And I'm going to see if I can. She also included one card each for 222, 333, 1234, 911. So in her guidebook, she talks about using these in a reading. And she talks about how to interpret them with these phrases around the outer rim. So she says, you know, that you can lay out the cards, and I'm going to go through the cards, so in case you're wondering why I'm babbling, but I just wanted to say this so I could put the guidebook away. You know, you can lay out the cards and then shuffle them, and then whatever comes up first is on the top, is your message. You can read it that way. Another way to read the cards is to read them, I don't know if I'm off camera, so I'm going to scoot these over, to read them where they're touching. You know, purify your intentions. So you need to take the high road by thinking of others and being recognized. So maybe your problem, you know, you want to be a leader, but you got to purify your intentions about that. So you take the high road, think of others. Yes, you want to be recognized and everything, but let them recognize you in their time. Don't like push the issue, you know, take charge, process change, and so on. We'll do some readings at the end of this. That right there, when I saw Rochelle briefly talk about that on her channel, that's what really sold me on this deck. The different ways of being able to read these cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to read every word on this deck, or we're going to be here forever, but I'll lay them out. You can pause the video to read any of the cards that you want to read. So here's Purify Intentions, Atonement, Be a Leader, Change is Coming, Blessings, Too Many Ones, Accountability, Find Peace, Earth Angel, Own Your Power, Be Wary, Keep Moving Forward, Earth Empathy, You are supported. You are strong. Roots and foundations. Close encounter. Gift of intuition. Get moving. Be original. Accept healing. Fool's gold. 11th hour. Miracles happen. Sleeping beauty. Holiness. Rose-colored glasses. Hurry, hurry. The power of stillness. Angelic approval. Completion. Nature's calling. Fulfillment of prophecy. Divine justice. Signs and synchronicities. Acquisitiveness. Education. One too many. Mirror, mirror. We. Sequence. Pay attention to the fruits. Crisis. Oneness. Prepare the way. Light worker. Choose wisely. Manipulation. Material abundance. Unity. Go it alone. Magic manifestation. Ascension. Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. Spiritual alignment. Balancing act. Law of supply and demand. The 11th hour. Didn't we have the 11th hour? Power of prayer. Wish. Collective manifestation. Be creative. Depletion. A shift in energy. Whoops. Repetition. Revelation. Commodification. A message. 11th hour servant. Lessons in expression. Artificiality. Spiritual protection. Release. You deserve love. Take care of finances. Destiny. And special relationship. So why I thought this deck was so special is just what I had said earlier, is the ability to use all these words around the card. I'm going to do some pairings with it also. So let's just do a one card reading. What does Jennifer need to know about her relationship? Let's just do one of those. They're very easy. I can't riffle them. I did try. I can't. So I just overhand them. What does Jennifer need to know about her relationship? But they fit nicely in the palm of my hand. So we're just going to take one. Oh, so this is crisis, but the one that came up is be resilient. So obviously Jennifer's relationship isn't looking too good right now. So what I did was playing around with this was then I got out the tarot. Okay, so what is the message about Jennifer being resilient in this relationship? Oh, the Three of Swords. And then what is a challenge for her? Hopefully this all fits on camera for you. A challenge. And then where can she get relief? And then what is this last one? Pay attention to red flags. So this is the Six of Cups. Let me see if I can scoot you up some here so you can see. So I played around with just one card readings for quite some time, mixing it with tarot, and I loved it because look at all the information we're getting about Jennifer and her relationship. So first we know that her relationship's in crisis because that's the energy of the main card. Okay, so why is it in crisis? Well, obviously she's gone through some sort of devastating breakup, and it is just her Three of Swords, so her thoughts are consumed with it at this point in time. And so she needs to learn to be resilient, that you are going to bounce back from this. Yes, everything seems devastating right now at this point, but you are going to come back from this. So then her challenge, and we have the Star over here, so her challenge is just that. She is not seeing the ability that she's going to come back from this breakup or this crisis that she's having in this relationship right now. How can she get relief? And we have the Five of Wands. So she needs to stop engaging with that person. She needs to stop engaging in the repetitiveness of the fights and the arguments and the whatever. And she just needs to back away in order to get some relief so she can work through whatever came about with this crisis. And then finally, pay attention to the red flags. And we have the Six of Cups. So there's something from her past that she is that is affecting this relationship also. Maybe this is the second person that's treated her badly or something along those lines, and she's in a repeated cycle of picking the wrong type of person. I mean, this is just from pulling one card out of this deck and all that you can get from it of, you know, on a relationship reading, any type of reading, but it's just easier to use that as an example. So I played around with this a lot. And this is I should have said the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and it pairs beautifully with this deck. So that is one way that you can use this oracle. So the other way I talked about in the guidebook was using the words that touched each other. So let's say that Donna is she's needing direction in her life. She is completely lost in where to go. She finds that she is unable to make decisions or even carry out the simplest of things. So what does Donna need to know about the direction? So I pulled like 3 cards for that. And we'll pull one more. So Donna doesn't know where to go. She can't even make simple decisions, carry through tasks or anything. So what can we tell her? So the energy of the first card is manipulation. So maybe Donna is letting others dictate to her what she needs to do in her life. And she's let it happen for so long that when she tries to make these decisions on her own, she is having a hard time doing it because there's a fear built up there. So we have abusive relationship touching commonality, because the second card is mirror, mirror. So I would tell Donna there is someone in her life that has been in her life for a long period of time that is basically abusing their power over her. And with commonality, I would kind of see it maybe as a family member that is, you know, taking over and running Donna's life for her. And then these two that touch over here are differences and thinking of others. So maybe the problem is every time Donna tries to do something different, tries to act out on her own, she gets this extreme amount of guilt about it, and constantly is just thinking of the other person and how they're going to react, and so on and so on. I mean, I guess we'll be here forever if I go into deep detail. But I didn't read any of the other tops. I just started with this one and then kind of went across this way to, you know, see about how those were affecting. If you wanted to go deeper, you could flip over another card and place it right here. So that's let go of blame. And then you could flip over this card where I said that she's afraid to do anything different because she's worried about what they're going to think. And so all she's thinking about is keeping the harmony and keeping the peace. with this person, and she needs to stop blaming herself of why this person is acting this way towards her and manipulating her, because it's not her fault, you know. And then you could build up here if you wanted to. What does this say? Heavenly beings speak to you. So, you know, maybe the universe is trying to get her attention to let her know that things need to change and so on. So do you kind of get where I'm going with that? There's so much that can be done with this oracle. So let's just leave these original cards out, but let's pull in a tarot now. So avoid being manipulated. So Donna doesn't know where to go, so I'm going to pull. Okay, there we go. 10 of Cups, just what I said. I felt it was family. That was someone in the family that was manipulating, because I got abusive relationship and commonality. I have to keep checking that I'm in frame for you guys. Okay, so let's, well, oh, look here. We have the King of Cups. So maybe this falls under who is abusing her. Maybe it's a father figure. Maybe it's her husband. I mean, that it could definitely be that. Let's pull a card for the differences and thinking of others. So why Donna doesn't speak up. Oh, and this is the the Unfolding Path. This is the mass market edition put out by Hay House, which I forgot to say that. So this is the Unfolding. Look how well it goes. This deck pairs beautifully. I've paired this one, like I said, and the Tarot of Curious Creatures with it when I was playing around, and just loved the outcome. Okay, so we have, this is a 7 of Pentacles. And this tells me that Donna's just taking a passive, she's in a passive place in this relationship. Like I said, because she doesn't want to stir the pot, because she's afraid of what the repercussions, you know, could be. So then if you want to start adding in some of the other things, you could definitely do that too. And so one card or 3 cards can turn into a gigantic reading on a subject just by going with the words on the outer edge and the primary energy of the card. So the primary energy is mirror, mirror. So something's being mirrored back to Donna. So let's see, you know, what the tarot says about that. So with this being the sun coming out on the, I'll put it here, mirror, mirror position, like the energy of the card, I would say that Donna is trying to constantly project this positive attitude, this looking at everything through rose-colored glasses, and refusing to see the manipulation that is happening to her. And it's funny that I say that, and over here on the top is another thing that could be read as a message, which is too much kindness, which goes along perfectly with this sun card. There's too much of it. She's giving too much of herself and letting these other people, you know, take over her life or whatever. So this, I have to say, I've gotten a lot of decks in this year, and I love everything I've gotten in, but the one that just kind of makes me giddy when playing with it has been this one. When I say I spend an entire day just pulling cards and reading things differently, I did. So let's pull 3 more, or a few more. So someone wants to know about their career. So, you know, where's my career headed? Whoops, from here. So, whoops, I guess that's not how that was. That was like this. Yeah, I have a habit. That's one thing I had to break, is having a habit of wanting to turn all the words the right way. So however they fall out, because, you know, there is the words that are all around it. So we'll go like that, and we'll go like that, and we'll put this here, and we'll put this here. So we'll do 5. And let's pull in the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So where this person wants to know, where am I headed in my career? So you've got manifest vitality, but you have fatigue, but there's also reward for good intentions. So you, right off the bat, you could say, look, you're headed in the right direction, but it's going to be exhausting. You're going to have to realize that the amount of work that you have to put into this field or this career or whatever that you are going into is going to be exhausting, but you're going to be able to manifest what it is that you really want. Just make sure that your intentions are staying on track with what you want to bring forward into your life. And then you have down here, practice makes perfect and your prayers are heard. So we have be more authentic, replenish, and nurture what you want to grow. So nurture what you want to grow is touching the your prayers are heard and the replenishment area. So your prayers are heard as far as, you want more time to recharge your batteries, and as far as what you want to continue to grow in this career. So just like I said, keep your intention set to where you're headed and things are going to work out. So this is like kind of a heads up from the divine that, yeah, we hear you and we know what you want. Sorry if that was out of frame. And we know what you want and we hear you and we're trying to work with you, Over here, practice makes perfect under be more authentic and replenish. So maybe you need to give a heads up when you are being worn down or worn out, or you've taken on too much in your career. Cleanse and detoxify is touching deficiency. So you're lacking time, I would say. And so you got to see what you can let go of, what isn't necessary anymore to free up some of your time and so on. And then over here we have dehydration and boycott something unhealthy. And again, that goes with the whole letting go. And that, so do you see how it kind of flows together? And then if you wanted to go even deeper than just these surface things, so what can you tell me about my fatigue? Or what can you tell this person about their fatigue and their career? And then you can pull a tarot for that. So maybe it's a new job. Let's see, do I got to pull you back down just a little? So maybe it's a new job that they're in, and so they're just starting out in this career, and they're trying to make a name for themselves. And so yeah, that's why they are so exhausted all the time, because they're trying to show what they're worth to this company and something along those lines. What else could you pull a card for? So what can you tell me about my prayers being heard, or the person's prayers being heard? So Page of Swords, your thoughts and your words kind of manifest your reality. That's kind of how I see that. So that's why I said, think carefully about, setting those good intentions, because you will be rewarded for those. And then I could just keep pulling all day for these things along here, along the edge of here, and especially like where they're touching. Let's do one for what we need to cleanse and detoxify that is causing a deficiency. So this one was sticking out. Oh, well, we got the Tower and we got Judgment. So it's time to face reality. It's time to face up to maybe some of the things you're doing. Maybe you can't go out every night with friends and be able to get up and function well at work the next day, or something along the, and it's time to face it. It's time to face what you're doing to yourself that is causing that deficiency or toxicity in your life. So I absolutely adore, adore this deck. It is, dare I say it, I think my number one deck of this year. I could just gush over this deck for the next 50 minutes. I could just keep pulling cards for this deck and getting out different tarot, but those are my favorite of using with it. The Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Unfolding Path, which looks beautiful with it, and the Tarot of Curious Creatures. So let me know, what did you think of this? How did you think the readings went? Do you think that this oracle, with the way it's laid out and the concept of it, offers a lot more than maybe your standard oracle does? Because like I said, I think it's fabulous. She has a past life one that I desperately want also, that is kind of the same thing, that has the words along the outer edge of this, of that oracle, I mean. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all of those that voted, that wanted to see this oracle and how I worked with it and what it was about. Don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow here. And until I see you next time, bye.